Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of Nintendo Rewind. I'm Cody Christian. I'm joined by my co-host, Chris Becker. We're rewinding Nintendo. That's what we're doing. We're rewinding it. If you're watching on YouTube, please be sure to click that like button and say hey. And if you're here on Twitch, know that you're our favorite child. But before we dive in, how is it going, Christopher? Congratulations, by the way, on making it back to another episode after last week's episode and not throwing in the towel and saying, I'm never doing this show again, Cody. Stop asking me to do it by myself.
Yeah, I'm not doing it by myself.
Never again, huh? Never again?
I don't mind doing it again. Well, here's the thing.
Tell me the thing.
I did the episode.
Yeah.
Didn't feel like I was going to die.
Yeah.
So maybe I'll do it again.
Not next week.
Next week I won't do it alone.
No,
We
next
got
week.
a very busy week next week.
We do, and it's going to be a little bit different next week. It's going to be, we're going to be doing it next week on Wednesday. I know we've been doing like all these like weird schedule changes and like host changes and bringing in co-hosts.
But we got a
doing
lot
it by
of stuff
ourselves.
coming up. Yeah.
We do have a lot of stuff.
We got a
coming
lot
up.
of things coming up. Next week, very busy.
Very
Next Tuesday
busy. Yes. That's
is
why it's happening on Wednesday.
yeah. Do you want to tell the people, or do you want me to tell them?
Yeah, feel free to tell them. It doesn't bother me either way what you decide to do.
So the new season, Love Island USA premieres.
It's very Nintendo of you.
What?
Love Island.
Yeah. Well, here's
What? She says woo again. Hashtag no tan item. Are you watching it on your own, or are you going to watch it with a friend?
I'll watch it with a friend. Yeah. What? Do you want to watch it?
No, it's not my kind of thing. I'm more of a Love on the Spectrum kind of guy than a Love Island kind of guy. There's too much drama going on.
I watched that too,
island.
but this is live.
Yeah.
I mean, this is my first one. Flynn's really into it too. Flynn, for those that don't know, I have children, and Flynn is Flynn loves this show, and he, like, while he was here, he had me watching it, and
Susie brings up a good idea for a crossover episode of On the Spectrum Island. just a bunch of people with autism, not even trying to find love, just like existing.
Yeah, well,
I would be
they're
there.
just trying to live. Yeah.
I think we'd both qualify. Oh man, that's pretty funny. But
what's the most autistic thing you've done
recently, or just in general?
Sure, recently that you can think of.
My biggest problem is I get physically upset when I try to tell people about my specific hyperfixations and they don't want to listen to it. That's why I started a show called Nintendo Rewind. So that way I can hopefully get people to come and hang out with me while I tell people about my hyperfixations. But no, like that's where I'm at. What about you? What's the most autistic thing you've ever done?
You know what? I don't think anything. I'm actually a closeted
You just keeping
autistic.
those tisms hidden.
Nobody knows I'm autistic.
Everybody knows you're autistic, Chris, and ADHD, which goes typically hand in hand. We keep getting
what
called.
do you mean wrong?
We keep getting so called out in the live chat here. By the way, let's do our due diligence here. Welcome in the chatters here. Welcome in Mnemonic Man. Welcome in the Court Head. Welcome in Susie. Welcome in Sierra Please, and welcome in Key Addict. Thank you guys so much for coming to hang out with us. So it's a good time. I wasn't here last week because I was on vacation at the beach, where I hate everything about the beach. But my children,
you hate everything about the beach?
God. Well, let me back. Maybe yes. I don't know. Like, my biggest problem with the beach is the fact that like there's sand everywhere at the beach, and it gets. I feel like Anakin Skywalker.
In your crevices.
It gets everywhere. I hate it. It. I was literally digging sand out of my. Well.
Pardon?
Yeah. And it was so bad, and I hate the way it feels. I mean, that's probably you're probably right. I hate the way it feels. And then like
Sierra's just gonna be in the chat and just say autism anytime we say something.
Here's the other thing is like, then you go out in the ocean, and the water there, when you come out of it and you dry off, you're sticky afterwards. And it's like,
You're what?
You're sticky.
What are you doing in the ocean?
Going out into it. I'm at the beach. What else are you going to do?
I would probably just use the ocean to pee in.
I mean, you just got to go out waist deep and make sure there are no children around. I mean, I understand. So I'm not doing that, but some people might.
What a
I'm glad that chat is mostly with me on the beaches are awful thing.
Yeah, why are you sticky?
Because the water's sticky. It dries out and it's like salt watery and like the salt deposits from the ocean. Like you're sticky. You're sticky when you come out. You ever stick your hand in like salt water and then pull it out and just wait for it to air dry and see what happens? That's what it feels like. And it sucks. I hate it. I hate the beach.
Autism. Yeah, no. Man. Did you eat anything good this week?
Oh my God, dude. I ate one of everything from everywhere. Like I had so much good food this past week. This is maybe like my favorite food vacation I've really ever had in a long time. Like and like usually when the wife and I go out, like if we go somewhere for like an anniversary trip or anything, or if we take the kids and we're on vacation, like going to eat at new places is kind of the thing that we like to do. And I did a lot of seafood.
Or find a place you like and want to go there every time.
Well, sometimes that happens too. Like I do like going to the Hangout twice in a row in Myrtle Beach. Like I do really like doing that because I like to try everything that's on there as much as I can. But I ended up doing probably my favorite night. I did this endless crab leg at this place called the Claw House, and I ate 9 crabs worth of crab legs. Like it was like both sides of the crab. 9 crabs worth of crab legs, and then also had like they had some sort of craft beer there that was it was called the
Murderer.
Orange Dream Blender or something like that, and it was like a orange creamsicle sour, and it was really good. Like it was super tasty, and did that and ate my weight in crabs. So like it was really good. Had a burger that was as big as my head. Like I had so much good food, so much stuff that you're not allowed to eat since you have HFpEF now, but definitely I'll let you live vicariously through my gluttony. So.
You know what? Sitting here thinking about the most autistic thing and not really listening to what you said was probably well, here's the thing. I don't want any crabs. Plus, I've already heard you tell me about it a couple of times, but just from different anecdotes. But I was trying to think of the most autistic thing. And maybe what I just did there was it, but
yeah.
But you reminded me with the HFpEF, and also I am sitting here with this. I got my nitroglycerin.
Yeah.
And it comes in like this little jar, cute little jar. And it is my new fidget spinner. So I just have it out of my pocket because I know I'll keep it in my pocket in case I need it. But I will then also just spin it between my fingers. I got to keep my fingers active in case I get into a finger fight.
In case you get into a finger tussle? She's about to, I was about to say, she's about to put in that live chat right now. Welcome in, Commodore Zed as well. Thank you for showing up. Chaotic, yes, I am indeed Darth Vader. I hate the sand. It gets everywhere. Susie's been like on a roll with some good chats in this live chat too. She said Wednesdays aren't even real. What the heck? She also told us to give her our hottest takes. Just by showing up, says the only valid reason to move the day of a respected institution of Nintendo Rewind is for Love Island. I mean, like, she's over here, like, really just spouting fire. She also said we didn't even let her come tell us about airplanes. What's my hottest take?
Yeah.
I don't think it's my hottest take, but, like, usually, like, when I say it, everybody gets viscerally mad. Pizza is mid. But except my sister says pizza is low CF tier food. She hates pizza.
She hates it. Yeah. But she also doesn't like bread. But
yeah.
I want to tell the low. I want to tell the s'more story, but I don't know if I can tell it. You know what? maybe I'll just risk it for the biscuit and tell this s'more
Go for
story.
it. Let's hear the s'more story, and then we got to get this show on the road because we got a lot to talk about.
All right, I'll tell the s'more story, and then we can get on with the show. And so, s'mores. Have you heard of them? Have you ever had a s'more?
I have several times in many different ways.
Yeah. I don't want to tell the story anymore.
But no, don't hype it up like that. Now I'm invested. What's the s'more story?
I don't know. Okay. Well, it just happened today. It's not really that much. You could say. Okay, I could say. Okay. So Sierra got s'mores. She didn't have s'more or wanted s'mores yesterday, but didn't have marshmallows. When she went downstairs, there was no marshmallows.
Okay.
So she was like, well, I'm putting an order, Walmart order through anyway. I'll pick it up on my way to the saloon and get it. Okay. So then then she said, okay, I got the marshmallows. I was like, oh, good. Are you going to make s'mores tonight? And she's like, well, I might. And I said, okay. I said, make sure you send me a picture of it. I said, this is what I said. I said, the last time you sent me a picture of the s'mores that you made, I said, that might be the hottest picture you ever sent me. She's like, well, she said, I've sent you plenty of selfies, but okay, thanks. I see how it is. Maybe that was an autistic thing too.
Yeah. Hashtag no tan item. So, it's all good.
S'mores.
S'mores.
But s'mores. I mean, this was a story about s'mores. It didn't matter who was in it. Yeah.
It could have been anybody. Well, listen, I'll tell you about some people who aren't just anybody, and it's these somebodies supporting us over at NintendoRewind.com. If you aren't already, go over to NintendoRewind.com. Literally, it takes like 2 seconds to sign up to support the show. There's even a tier that only costs $1 a month, and with it, you get a shout out on this show. That said, I want to thank our supporters and producers, Calamity Nolan, Sierra Please, Kiatic, and Demonic Man for all their gracious support over here. We're going to get on with the rest of the show now, though, and we're going to be letting you guys...
nitroglycerin.
Okay. Taking nitroglycerin during the bumper. Here we go. Guys, we're going to be letting you guys in on our teeny tiny little part of the world about us, and we're throwing out hot takes, and I think also personal anecdotes and things that we think are the best. So Chris had this idea like a few months ago to do like a getting to know me through like 5 games about us, but we thought we'd quadruple down on that and do 20 games each. And really, yeah, well, I mean, you agreed. You didn't deny that we should do this. So you said, yeah, this sounds great. But we are going to be doing an About Me in the category of video games, and talking about quite a few different things on the list here. I mean, as you guys can see, I'm on the left. Chris is going to be on the right over here. I'm on the left. Chris is on the right. And we're going to be talking about, various different categories like favorite game, overrated games, favorite antagonist, nostalgic childhood games, various different things like that. Oh, excuse me. Various different things like that. And it's going to be a good time. But we're going to not really do this in any kind of particular order. Maybe we'll just kind of bump around and see where we land and talk about that game just a little bit. But Chris, I'm going to actually let you go first since I forced you into this, clearly. I'm going to let you go first with your game.
How dare you force me into it?
I know. What category do you want to start with?
I want to start with the fact that that Sierra's watching The Brave Little Toaster without me.
She's not. You're gonna watch it tomorrow. It's gonna be fine.
We don't know. Okay. I'll go with the biggest personal impact.
Oh, that's a big one. So what are we going with for biggest personal impact here? What's your number one game, biggest personal impact?
Biggest, not the Sim City, please.
Not Sim City.
It is Wii Sports.
Really? Wii Sports?
Yeah.
I'm kind of I'm intrigued. But that one's your biggest personal impact. Why Wii Sports? Tell me about it.
Well, okay. So, you know how my mom's dead?
Yeah.
Well,
really starting strong here. I understand.
Yeah. Well, okay. So, before she got really sick, we played.
And chat, before you continue, I apologize. I do want to hear this, but I want chat to feel free to answer these questions as we're going through them too, because I'm curious about chats as well. But continue, Christopher.
We played Wii Sports. Like, my mom got really into it, so we would play Wii Sports. It was like me, my dad. This would have been ages ago before she got, because I mean, she passed away in 2019, but she didn't. She got sick back in like 2004, and then would get better, and then get worse, and get better and worse. But so it just, I still remember, and will always remember. I can't remember her voice, but I do remember the fact that we played Wii Sports together for maybe like 2 months. Every night she would be like, let's play Wii Sports. And so then we played Wii Sports, and so that's probably why it was the one that was the biggest personal impact. Because then after that, my mom got real sick and didn't play anything.
Absolutely. I understand, dude. That is a sweet, very important moment. What was her go-to sport?
Bowling. Always bowling. Yeah. Now she's a bird.
Chirp chirp. Always bowling. It was always bowling. Here's what I will say for biggest personal impact, because I'll add to that. There was a little ditty that came out not that long ago, actually. It was a game known as Sea of Stars. And I freaking loved that game to death. But it came out at a time when it was like really, like I felt like I really needed a good distraction from a lot of the stuff that was going on personally. There was a period of time I took a little bit of a break from streaming. And had some interpersonal issues from some people that I would have called friends at the time, and it kind of came to a head. And when this game came out, I was able to just kind of take a step away and really focus my all into Sea of Stars and kind of recenter myself. And the story was so important. The writing was very bubbly, and like it did a really good job of not taking itself too seriously when I had a lot of stuff that I felt was very serious going on. That cast of characters in there definitely just kind of coalesced into this like almost a new set of 6 to 7 best friends that like I just got super attached to, and the storyline and the soundtrack and the visuals and everything was so freaking good. Like it was awesome. I freaking love Sea of Stars. Heavily recommend it for anyone to play through if you like a modern rendition of Super Mario RPG or Mario and Luigi or what have you, like that style of JRPG. It was really good, but it has its own tone, and I fell in love with Sabotage as well from that. Keeping my fingers crossed for more content coming from them sooner rather than later. So, Christopher,
it was a really good game.
Yeah, it was really good. I enjoyed the snot out of it. We had Susie say OG Super Smash Bros. Because the first game that she spent playing in the basement full of screaming friends rather than alone, thus sparking the idea that gaming could equal friendship. That's such a good note too. Christopher, She's mentioning friends out here. We got 2 categories: best multiplayer and best with friends. What would you like to go with out of those 2 categories?
Well, I picked this one. You pick one.
Oh yeah, good point. I think what I want to roll with then, because like I said, I think I'm gonna go with best with friends, and the game that I want to pick for best with friends is gonna be a weird one, that may not show up when I try to search it. There it is. Legend of Zelda 4 Swords Adventures, specifically the GameCube version, not the GBA version. The GBA version is very different from the GameCube version. And 4 Swords Adventures, best with friends 100% all the way. Like, I didn't play this game back when it originally launched because I didn't have 4 friends who had Game Boy Advances or Game Boy Advance link cables. I had the Game Boy player, and I had the Legend of Zelda Wind Waker, but I didn't have 4 Swords Adventures either. So this was one that I played much later on in life, and I ended up playing it with quite a few different friends at the time. Some of my staples were Team Wildwood was there, Seeky Wisdom was there. We had a rotating cast of a few other people. I Am Tenderly joined me on that one. We had Lady Game God join us for an episode one time. We had another couple of people jump in here and there with that one, but I was able to sit and play that one from beginning to end. And that game is so good, albeit I will say some of the puzzles are a little obtuse and don't really have that same like intuitive Legend of Zelda feel, but the gameplay and the graphics and the way that it jumped back and forth between GameCube to Game Boy Advance when you're like going into dungeons and stuff was so good. And I really just I want to see that game somehow get ported over and for people to be able to experience in a way that's on a modern day Nintendo console, but love 4 Swords Adventures. What about you, Christopher?
For me, I mean, I played that, but it was a whole thing growing up, getting people to all have the Game Boy Advances. And so at one point I owned 4 Game Boy Advances and 4 link cable.
You bought it all to make sure nobody had any.
Just so that we could play it. Yeah. But for me, it was WCW NWO Revenge. I had to look at my list.
WCW NWO Revenge. Heck yes. Okay, there we go. I got it up here on that listy.
And there's other wrestling games that I probably played, like, you know, the WWF No Mercy probably. But this one here, like this was like when my brother, this was like before my brother like graduated from high school, so he had just became a dad, right? And so he was up at all hours. Some friends from down the street, shout out to Evan Constant, listen, but if I sound like I'd be someone you want to talk to, give me a call back. But but we were playing it, and they would come over at like all hours of the night, like on the weekends, right? And we would just be playing the wrestling game, and it was like they had this thing in there where you could tap the analog stick to automatically kick out, and so everyone was like watching each other's hands to make sure you didn't tap the analog stick on purpose. And if you got caught doing it, and it was a 4-player game, so if a majority say no, you did mean to hit the analog stick, you tap it to kick out, but then you hold it down and it forces you to get pinned. And so then we would do that and make the person lay there and get pinned because we would do 4-player matches. That sometimes we would do tag team matches. So my friend Evan, he was a lot more social and outgoing than I was, and he would like go to parties every weekend. I mean, autism. But so then he would go, because I couldn't go. Yeah, say with us, Sarah, please type it in chat. And one time he was like, they're having a wrestling tournament, a WCW NWO Revenge tournament, tag team tournament at this party this weekend. And so I've never gone to any of these parties, but I went and we destroyed everybody there. They all thought they were good, but yeah, we destroyed them all. And that was it.
It was a good game just back in the day. It was the only like wrestling game that I had because I wasn't a big like wrestling fan. And that was the one I actually traded my copy of for Legend of Zelda Majora's Mask, the gold with the holographic label on it, the lenticular label on it. And but I did have a good time with WCW NWO Revenge. It was good. We had Mnemonic Man say best with friends duck game, like Smash Bros, but pixel art and with ducks, which I hadn't even tried. Susie says her mother had some kind of moral objection to WWE wrestling, and those games were strictly forbidden in her house, so she played at a neighbor's house and have to lie about it later. That was best with friends.
Yeah. Oh, what did you play while you were out, Susie?
Oh, and just Mario.
We were playing South Park on the N64, the snowball fights.
Yeah.
No, but yeah, Duck Game. Shout out to it. That's a good one.
Absolutely.
But yeah.
Chris, what's the next category going to be, my friend? I chose the last one. You go with this one.
Okay. I'll tell you what. Criminally overlooked.
Oh, man. Okay. What do we got going in criminally overlooked?
Lost in Blue is what we got.
See if I can find it. Is it this one?
You'll be able to find it. It should be the first one. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. I was just trying to make sure I wasn't positive.
Yeah, Lost in Blue. It was like the first time I discovered that I like survival games because you're there, right, as the brother, and your sister breaks her leg. So you have to like go out and get supplies and like find a way to get fresh water and do stuff like that and then bring it back. But then also like get stuff to heal your sister, and you got to get food and water and like
just survival kids.
Yeah. Well, this was like the same team that did Survival
Kids. Oh, really? What? Okay.
On the Game Boy Color. Yeah. And so this was a DS game. And so it was the same team that did Survival Kids on the Game Boy Color went on to do this for the DS. I think originally it started out as like a Game Boy Advance game, and then they were like, there's too much going on here, so they moved it to the DS. And yeah, Lost in Blue.
It's cool.
What about you? What's your criminally overlooked?
Well, I'll tell you, I put this on here. I fully believe it. I really do. It is my favorite out of all of them, and a lot of the people around here, if it'll show up, a lot of the people around here know how much I love this one. It's Metroid Zero Mission is my criminally overlooked one. I think far too often people want to state like Metroid Fusion is better than Metroid Zero Mission. I think people want to jump onto the Prime train because those all kind of came out around the same time frame. But Metroid Zero Mission, being the remake of the original Metroid, did everything so significantly better, in my opinion, than Super Metroid did, and didn't overcomplicate things in the way that I think Metroid Fusion did. I think the map was better prepared. I think that the gameplay was more solid. You didn't have this random. You didn't have all of these other random things like the SAX hunting you down, like the enemies. While being a remake, felt original still yet. You know, like these felt like the big bads of the franchise because they were. Like, I really love that this game kind of sets the tone for everything and does things a lot better, in my opinion, than Super Metroid and Metroid Fusion do. So that's Metroid Zero Mission. I don't really need to explain what it is. Most people know about what Metroid is, so like I wasn't familiar at all with Lost in Blue. But Zero Mission is where it's at for me. I love Zero Mission, and I think it's criminally overlooked as like the redheaded stepchild of the Metroid franchise.
Criminally overlooked, yeah. definitely. Because everyone just is like Super Metroid,
Yeah.
That's the go-to.
Yep.
Now it's your turn. Give us a go. Give us a gander.
I am afraid to do Overrated right now, so I'm going to hold that one off for a good while. I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it just yet.
Okay.
But I kind of want to talk a little bit about best soundtrack. And my favorite all-time video game soundtrack is from a little ditty. You see what I did there? From a little ditty named Donkey Kong Country for the Super Nintendo. Donkey Kong Country soundtrack is so good. I only need to name one title from that and everyone will go, oh yeah, that's the best answer. And it's Aquatic Ambience. Like, it's so serene and tranquil, and like, I love Jungle Hijinks, Jungle Japes, my apologies. And it's like that it's just the big band swing jazz accoutrement that is going on there is so good. Donkey Kong Country, like, and I'm not like the biggest Donkey Kong guy. I loved Bonanza. I like the original Donkey Kong Countries. Don't care so much for Donkey Kong Lands. But the original Donkey Kong Country has some of the best video game music, I think, out of most of Nintendo's lexicon of video games.
Yeah. Well, yeah, they have good like theme songs, like jingles.
Yeah. They get stuck in your head. You don't forget them.
Yeah.
What about you, sir? You're just silent afterwards. All right. Your best soundtrack. Hit me with it.
No, well, I was trying to think. I had recently heard. So for mine, I picked Splatoon.
Oh my god, that is really good though. That's a good choice too. Which Splatoon?
I like all three.
The original, second one, third one.
But I put the original.
Yeah, I mean the Squid Sisters, dude. Like the Squid Sisters, they do such a good job. Kelly and Marie.
Yeah.
Like, I am a big fan of that. Like, because they released these on CD, and I'm a big fan of Splatoon 1 soundtrack over Splatoon 2's. Like, Pearl and Marina do a really good job. I really don't care for deep cuts music that much.
Yeah.
But the Squid Sisters, Squid Sisters, they do a good job. And those soundtracks are so bumping. I kind of wish I said Splatoon. I think you chose right.
But yeah, I really like the music, and then like 2 and 3 kind of build on it. But then, like you said, I like the Squid Sisters the best, I think.
Yeah. I mean, Off the Hook does a good job. Deep Cut can get out of here. Squid Sisters, though, top tier.
How do you feel about listening to soundtrack video game music, or even like music or scores from movies or video games outside of playing it?
That's mostly all I really listen to. When I get in the car, I very rarely listen to actual like real music. That's not what I mean, but you know what I mean when I say like pop music or like music with actual like human lyrics. Anything that didn't appear in a video game or a movie, most of the time I'm not really listening to it. But I like to listen to Nintendo music when I hop in the car. That's most of what I turn on, especially for the kids, because they love listening to it too. So like, it's really good.
Yeah.
But like the most recent like band I've been listening to is they're like a jazz fusion J-pop band. Like you would hear these songs in the intros of animes, and it's a band called Maverick Mom, and I've been really enjoying that stuff. But they had their new album Travesia came out like 2 weeks ago, something like that. And but I've been really enjoying listening to Nintendo music. So that's mostly what I listen to. What about you? Are you listening to Nintendo music? Is that mostly what you're listening to when you're going for your walks?
Just the Nintendo walking theme. No, but I do listen to a lot because I've been writing a lot lately, and so I can't write well if this music has lyrics in it, because then my head is listening to the lyrics. Although usually when I do listen to music with lyrics, I block them out, and and like if you were to be like, let's sing a song together, there's certain songs I can sing, but other songs no. Like
some songs you'll send me part of a lyric that almost kind of sounds like the song, and you'll say, what's the title of that song?
Yeah, because I like the way it
begging.
Yeah, baby.
Yeah, it wasn't baby at all. And I'm like, what are you talking about?
Yeah, we got to the bottom of it. We found out.
Proud of you.
Thank you. But yeah, so I will listen to music without that. But yeah. Without the music or without the lyrics. So a lot of like game soundtrack, like it was for me, it was between Splatoon and Final Fantasy VII because I love the music from Final Fantasy VII. But
Sephiroth.
No, that's the other song. You know how's that? What is that song? Well, no, you know that song?
You got out there for a moment, but I'm sure I know it.
Yeah.
Oh man. Let's see. You did open with Criminally Overlooked. I opened with Best Soundtrack. Christopher, I think it's your turn to name it here. What's the next category we're gonna roll into?
You know what? I'll tell you what. We're gonna go down in here. Best Turn My Brain Off game.
Ooh, hit me with it.
Vampire Survivors.
Oh my god, yeah.
I love it. Because I was trying to think, and then I was like, oh, well, maybe it's Atomic Crops. But no, Atomic Crops I just play when I'm depressed. So,
I didn't know. I legitimately this entire time thought that was your favorite video game of all time was Atomic Crops. I didn't know it was just because you're depressed.
No, I just played a lot because I'm depressed. Yeah.
Oh, back on the soundtrack part too, though. Mnemonic Man says Hades has such a good soundtrack too, and it does. It really does.
Yeah, Hades really. Yeah, Hades I love. Good. Yeah, Hades and Hades too, but yeah, Hades really good.
But back to Vampire Survivors and not Atomic Crops, which you only play when depressed.
I play it sometimes when I'm not depressed, but mostly if I get hooked on it, it's because I'm depressed. Yeah, it's just like one of those. It's kind of like it does the same sort of. It's almost like you know, like clickers.
Mm-hmm.
You know, idle games.
Yeah,
it's kind of like that where it like I get to the point where I can just select what weapon I want, and then by the end just sit there while it is attacking everything, and the dopamine that I get from it, it's pretty good. But yeah, I can have my brain off, play that. I mean, there's another game that kind of does a similar thing with but we'll talk about that later on the show. Ooh. But yeah, but yeah, I like it a lot. I like what it does to my brain. What about you?
I turn my brain off video game. I mean, it's not really going to come as much of a surprise to a lot of you people out there, but Super Mario Bros. Wonder. Super Mario Bros. Wonder is one of those games that does so much of the nostalgic beats for me that like I've grown up with and loved and enjoyed and had such a good time with. That like for the most part, like it's run from left to right and enjoy the soundtrack of that game, and it's not incredibly difficult until you get to like the special world levels. Like I love that game, and it's like genuinely like I don't have to think about it too hard. Like I just hold button right and hold the run button and press the jump button every now and again, and just like I could do that pretty much while watching it. And there's not many games I can play while watching a show with my wife, but that is like one of them that I can play and not miss a beat of what's going on the TV, because my brain doesn't work like yours, where I can go, okay, it's this, but this over here. And so like, I think it's good. Welcome in, Virtual Cat, by the way. Four Swords Adventure, Cody Knows Ball. It's a good game. Best with friends, man. But Super Mario Bros. Wonder, absolutely. Like my go-to video game that I freaking love to play whenever I don't need to think about anything or don't want to think about anything. It just gives me feel goods. Yeah.
I could see that. Wait, that's the game you can play without my
brain. That's the game I can play without my brain.
Well.
Wow. I just like it. We're gonna go with a big one here. And I'm gonna go with most overhated. Okay. Are you ready for this? Since we're kind of in the same ballpark.
I'm ready.
Super Mario Sunshine, my guy. Listen, Super Mario Sunshine is one of those games that I think gets the worst hate, but has some of the most inventive gameplay in the Mario franchise that we've ever had. You get a jetpack, you get a running pack, you get the ability to clean up all the goop on the island. The soundtrack is so charming. The visuals, it was like one of the best looking games. And I'll agree with Virtual Cat in the live chat. Final Fantasy VIII 100% all the way is the most overhated Final Fantasy game. But
no, it isn't. Doesn't get enough.
Hold on. I love Super Mario Sunshine, and I want more people to love Super Mario Sunshine. Now, that being said, I understand why it gets the hate, because once you get past 70 shine sprites gathered, the game turns into a real bad collectathon where you're just searching every nook and cranny to try to find everything, like all the blue coins. Don't do that. Just move on from it. Don't do that. But I love Super Mario Sunshine, and I need more people to love it, and I need you to stop hating on it.
Me?
Yeah.
When do I hate on it?
You have actually stopped hating on it in the years leading up to this show, so like, I appreciate
leading up
you.
to this episode. Yeah.
Yep.
I have stopped.
Now this episode again, hating it again.
Back at it. We're back at it again. Yeah.
Virtual Cat, yeah, I love the roller coaster turret where you can't control the camera. I mean, that's fair. Like, you turn it left and right.
It adds to the challenge. Yeah.
But what prefaces that is one of the most cinematic pieces of cinema that ever happened in Mario, which is the Bowser Jr. like floating above the wading pool, and then it splits and the waterfall of water pouring down, and then the giant mech comes up, and it's like, what is going on? What is this game? It's crazy. It's cool.
Are you done?
Yeah, I'm done.
Most overhated, the real most overhated, Legend of Zelda 2, The Adventure of Link.
Let me see how I need to search that.
You need to look up Adventure of Link.
There we go. Adventure of Link. Yep. Perfect. Tell us about it.
So, listen, I'll tell you about it. I mean, it's so good that one of the best games of the year actually borrows some of the leveling. I mean, it's an action RPG where you are leveling up your skills, going around. There's real time, random battles. And then when the random battles occur, it's just 2D running from left to right, maybe right to left. It's up to you. Actually, that it's not all up to you. You have to go left to right. But it's just so good. The final boss is great. You fight like your Shadow Link. Yeah, it's just so good.
I'm gonna be real honest. With Adventures of Link, I have not given it its fair shake. I haven't. Like, I don't enjoy the grind of getting through those first few levels. And I'm real bad at it. And so that's why I haven't given it its fair shake, and probably should give it a replay. I'm not going to hate on it personally because I haven't completed it. But I will say, like, it doesn't rank up there in my favorite Zeldas of all time.
It's up there with
It's
me.
your number one Zelda of all time. It's not even up there. It is there. It is number one.
Pretty good. It might be number 2 behind Link Between Worlds, but yeah, it's really good.
It's fair. That's fair. Chris, what do you got on the next category, my friend?
Let's go with, you know what game needs a remake? And we were talking about it. I told you mine before the show, and you couldn't believe it. You said, "Sir, what is this game you speak of?" And I said, "Sir, please listen. It's Pro Wrestling for the NES. It was a black box game. Everyone knows. I mean, I'm pretty sure. Did they do a?
I don't think that one's even hit NSO. I could be wrong. As a matter of fact, I'm gonna boot it up while you tell the people about it.
Yeah, so it's a wrestling game for the. For me it was between this and NES ice hockey, where you had the 3 different sizes of people. But the fact that we have Starman in pro wrestling and they never came to Smash Brothers, I can't believe it. But I would love,
I'm wrong. It is on NSO.
Yeah, because it's great. It's really good. I love pro wrestling, and the fact if Nintendo could do a pro wrestling and have the characters like they did with Punch Out for the Wii, maybe not such stereotypes, but they could have different characters and have them be here the pro wrestlers. It would be really good. I would like it a lot. And Next Level Games, get on it. Maybe make that. If you're not going to make ice hockey, make pro wrestling.
That's fair. That's fair.
And I would like.
It just comes out via Arcade Archives. That's what you get with pro wrestling. That's the one you get.
Devastating.
Yeah. Oh man, Kiatic says remake Twilight Princess. Writes a meme letter to Nintendo to make an updated Twilight Princess. We've got it. It just exists locked on the Wii U. So I just want them to port that bad boy over. But I'm 100% with her. I think Twilight Princess would make a good update on this console. I'm gonna tell you the one that I'm gonna put in this needs a remake category, and
please.
I'm gonna tell you what kind of remake I want it to be. Because I don't want what everybody always gets and everybody always gives us. I want the Golden Sun trilogy remade into one gigantic game. That's ultimately what I want is Golden Sun. But I'm just putting the first one on here, but all of them could use the treatment. But what I don't want is going to be HD 2D. I do not need this Square Enix HD 2D, Octopath Traveler HD 2D, friggin' Dragon Quest Capcom HD 2D nonsense that they're doing with all of these old school remakes. And I understand why they're doing it, because they do look pretty. But it is overdone at this point. And I'm sick of getting those. And what I want is more of the Final Fantasy VII Remake treatment, where they make this a full-on 3D action-adventure JRPG kind of experience in the Golden Sun franchise and retell that story. They don't even have to change anything if they don't want to. But if they want to, they're more than welcome to. We're never getting it. But this game could use a full-on remake, or at least at the very minimum expectation, a port. But I want a remake. I want a remake of Golden Sun. That game is amazing. It has such a good soundtrack. The gen system in it is very good. The actual battle system in it is super solid. The visuals are already kind of amazing anyway. Some of the best looking GBA pixel art that we ever had. And the story, it just adds so much to the overall package. And the fact that you continue your game by inputting a 1,000,000-mile long code just to be able to continue your save into the second game, if they could just combine those into one experience and save us the trauma of doing that all over again, I'm sold. But Golden Sun, that's what I think needs a remake.
Yeah, Golden Sun.
You heard it here first, folks. We're going to go into... Let me see here. What category do I want to do?
Please.
What do I want to give away? So you kind of mentioned a game that was on my list in some ways, but it was your best soundtrack choice. But I'm going to go with Splatoon 2 for favorite art style. And that is saying a lot considering all of the art styles that we have. I mean, when you got Legend of Zelda Wind Waker, Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild, both doing this kind of cel-shaded art style, painterly art style, when you've got all the pixel art games in the world to kind of go off of. But the reason I kind of picked Splatoon 2 is because visually it is impressive, the amount of detail and the amount of style that they really pump into that game to kind of give it its own flavor and not make it feel like just another Nintendo game. I love all of the artwork that they do for the character creation and character design. I love the way that the world looks kind of like very toy-like and just poppy with all of its colors and all of its saturation. I love the attention to detail on the buildings and on the characters and on the NPCs and on the fashion choices that you can make. I think that game has some of the best stylization that any modern Nintendo game has definitely put out. But I love Splatoon 2. Splatoon 3 builds on that. And again, not to negate that it's iterative, but I love Splatoon 2's art style. I think it's cool.
Yeah, I like it a lot. I was thinking about putting it there, but you had already put it there. So then,
well, I mean, you could have agreed with me. It'd have been fine.
Oh no. We agreed on one, and that's enough.
Okay. What do you got with favorite art style then, my friend?
The Legend of Zelda Wind Waker.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to spoil it a little bit.
Oh no. It was between that and Yoshi's Woolly World, your favorite. No, but I just loved, ever since they first showed it off, I love the way it looks. One thing I've told you before, I like good faces. Mm-hmm. Not even just in general, like good faces and good
emoting
expressions, and I like it, and I like the animation and the way it looks, and it looks hand drawn, and I like how it still looks really good and holds up today. And Legend of Zelda Wind Waker, I love seeing the wind blowing it's just so good.
Man, Kiatic in the live chat, Wind Waker is my least favorite, and then Ninja Hides is what she says, and I'm like, that's okay for her to have that opinion. I'm okay with that. I'm surprised she didn't put Adventure of Link in there, but maybe she's on your train. Maybe she's trying to be both sides of that coin. But I agree with you. The thing I like the most about Wind Waker is just how over everything that Link is in that game. And it shows on his face when you were talking about the emoting and how the faces move and how they express emotion. It is so good. It's so good. I agree with you. The music, the setting, if I had to give it an IGN style review, too much water. But I like Wind Waker quite a bit. I like what they did in it. I think it's a pretty
the
game.
look of it. I don't like. Yeah.
You don't like the gameplay that much? I like the gameplay pretty well.
I don't like just having to go around and treasure hunt for the Triforce at the end.
See, I normally don't like that kind of stuff, but I liked this. I'm not a collectathon kind of guy.
I liked it better on the Wii. The Wii U got a little bit better, but
yeah, they did a lot of quality of life improvement. When I play it though, whenever I replay it, I typically will replay the GameCube version over the Wii U version personally, just because it's just nostalgic for me. That's all it is. It's my rose-colored nostalgia glasses cluttering everything that they did to improve it on the Wii U remake. Susie, too much walk. Can you see me right now? Oh man. Oh geez. All right, Chris, it's your turn to pick the next category, my friend. What are we rolling into now?
We're going to best story.
Where is that? Okay, I see it.
Top left, I think.
Yeah.
Second over. What Remains of Edith Finch? This is a game that came to the Switch. This is goes through, it's in first person, and it's telling a story about the tragedy of being a Finch, and how it shows you go through the different generations of their family lineage and what happens to them, and it's really good. It's one of my favorite games of all time.
That's a heavy game. It is sad. A lot of people want to compare it to a walking simulator. It's not that by any means. But it's a hard play. but I totally understand why it's up there at best story, because it does make an impact on you, like after you complete that game, 100%.
You know, like most of these categories, I had multiple games that I was like thinking, do I want to put this game or this game? And a lot of them are like that, and this was no different.
Yeah, and if we ever redo this, I mean, it could completely change. I mean, there's 20 games on here. We may have other opinions, you know, a couple years down the road. So
right, or even just thinking about it.
Yeah. It's just what's sticking out to us right now. My best story that I ended up doing was a game that I genuinely loved as well. I kind of put it in that same category as Sea of Stars. It was a game called Eastward. It kind of follows this Last of Us meets Legend of Zelda meets Earthboundy kind of story, where you've got your protagonist John and Sam, and John is kind of like this pseudo father to Sam and treats her like his daughter, and you find out Sam has these powers that are very important, and you're trying to stop this miasma from claiming the world. It's got all of these cool, like, quirky characters. I mean, there's even a Hayao Miyazaki in here that like you can go and talk to, that owns a shop in the main first like town that you're in, and a lot of Studio Ghibli inspiration there for character design and story. And the thing I like about that game is the way that it ends is a very like it kind of ends in that spoiler. Just a real quick spoiler warning, and fast forward like 15 seconds maybe. Okay, now that you're gone, or maybe you're still here.
Your
it ends
15
with
seconds are up now.
John and Sam not really knowing each other anymore, and Sam being older, and just like it just broke my heart because it wasn't the ending that I wanted to have. I wanted a happy ending. But I appreciate it when games don't give me the ending that I want. And they give me the ending that the visionary has seen and wanted to do. But art style, soundtrack, just everything else kind of bumps into that. I had a really hard time picking between Donkey Kong Country and Eastward soundtrack, because Joel Corlitz does a really amazing job with the soundtrack in Eastward, and I almost put that in best soundtrack, but I needed to put it in best story, and that's why Eastward lands up there where it does. And you should play it. If you haven't played it, you should play it. If you like Last of Us, if you like Earthbound, if you like Legend of Zelda, you're gonna enjoy that game, I think.
Exactly. It's definitely, especially like not only the story, but I just love the way it looks too. Like the color palette.
It's got
one of my favorite,
really beautiful sprite work. Really good job.
And if you're into farming, which I know you're not.
Well, yeah, I'm not. And they did an Octopia DLC for it that I was actually super excited for. And I played quite a bit of that too. And
there's a lot more to do in it than just planning stuff. But yeah, I like that. It's kind of
like alternate timeline stuff too. So like the story that's there has no impact on like you're going to see a lot of familiar characters that you met throughout the main story, but they're going to be slightly different personality wise. And I like that. I thought that was really cool. That was a cool touch. Speaking of farming and that kind of jazz, next category that I'm going to do is not usually my thing, but it's going to be a game that actually came out this year. Pokemon Pokopia. When this game was coming out, I literally said, this is not my thing. That was my
even before leading into it. You were like,
I was like, I don't think this is going to be my thing. I don't think I'm going to get the enjoyment out of it that I want to do. And like the crazy part about it is like I really enjoyed Minecraft a few years ago, like back when it was in its alpha beta days. Loved Minecraft, got super addicted to that. I love Pokemon, and so it was everything that I should have probably liked. But like these days, like cozy games are just not for me in most cases. I don't really jive with Stardew Valley. I don't love Harvest Moon. I don't really love building block games anymore as much as I used to. But holy crap, like Pokemon Pokopia kind of blew away my expectations in ways that I didn't really expect. And as far as like my recent pick. I know it's a very recent pick, but I put so many hours into Pokopia. And I was debating on that or Tamagotchi Life, because I felt very much the same about Tamagotchi Life.
I could see Tamagotchi Life
not
being
into
there.
Sims either, but I had to make a choice. And so like Pokemon Pokopia being recent, maybe a little bit of recency bias there. It ended up getting jammed into the not usually my thing but category.
I feel like, earlier Sierra Please said not really much. She said fill the whole board up with Pokemon Snap.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, yeah, I could see that. But not usually my thing, but could be Tamagotchi Life for her because she was really into it.
She really was. She was watching me play while we were on vacation. She was like, she was taking all the pictures of you going on vacation with her, and then like Sabrina Carpenter asking you to marry her, and it's like she was like, I'm checked in on this story. There's so much drama.
Right. Well, that's the thing. It's like those dumb reality shows that we watch, but Tamagotchi Life, you get to kind of shape those crazy stories and then watch them unfold. It's great. But yeah, for me, I picked SimCity on the SNES.
Let me see.
Well, just SimCity.
We'll just pick. Because I don't think the proper cover art for that one exists. We were talking about it before we got the show started tonight.
You can pick the N64 one.
Just do that one right there. SimCity. Here we go. And it's not that SimCity. It's the original SimCity that we got on the SNES.
Right. Yeah. I really like it. It's a game that because I don't like building things, right? Like there's I don't really like building Legos. Like I like building Legos when there's the instructions on what to build, right? Like, but my brother would just get buckets of Lego growing up, and he would just have all these different ones, and then sometimes he would just be there and he would get an idea and just build it, and that's never me. I am the type of person that's like, let me go get 4 pieces of wood, 2 pieces of rock, or 2 rock, and 3 rope, and then put them together and you build it for me and tell me what it looks like. I don't want to do that. But playing this SimCity on the SNES, like, I think part of it was like, I was like, oh, this is like fancy, because back in the day, I only played video games on the computer, right? It like, I only played games on the computer, so this was like foreign to me. I was like, oh, this is wild, because it's like a PC game on my Super Nintendo, and
did it have mouse mode support?
Yeah.
For the SNES mouse, I think it did, right?
Yeah. Yep. And instead of like a knockoff Godzilla, this had Bowser that would come and destroy your town or your city. And I like that. And it part of the reason I wanted the SimCity or the 64DD was they had SimCity that you could make. You could get SimCity on it and then go in first person and like walk around. I always thought it would be cool to have the mayor for SimCity for SNES
as a fighter,
as a Smash fighter. Yeah, I think that'd be awesome.
Hilarious. That'd be so good.
Man, but
yeah,
I liked it a lot, and because I try to get into the like builder games, and some of them I have a harder time getting into than others. Yeah, but then some of them I'm like you know how a bunch of games just recently got rated in Korea. Yeah, I don't know if you heard about this, but one of them was Lego Skylines, which is like city skylines,
but with Lego.
But it's all like it's like a Lego a city builder, but it's all made of Legos, and I just think the idea of that sounds really cool, and I would like that a lot.
a couple of things. Chat went wild here with SimCity in this specific category.
He wasn't the mayor.
We had Virtual Cat saying he went back 33 years on this one. NBA Jam being the not usually my thing, but I kind of agree with that too. Like, I love Big Head Mode though. That was a good time.
Yeah.
Tamagotchi Life is just weird Barbies, complimentary from Susie, which is pretty funny. Yeah. Kiatic says Whiskerwood is awesome, which is not usually her thing, but she's been enjoying that. And we also had Virtual Cat also pipe in here. He was only in the SNES version. The PC version had a digital image of Will Wright, so it's pretty cool. We got a new character for that. Dr. Wright up in here on SimCity for the SNES. There was also mention that this game could have went into best soundtrack too, and I said hard agree on that. Like that, the soundtrack in SimCity for the SNES, really good, really surprisingly good for a city builder, man. Like,
right, yeah. According to Google, I don't know how accurate it is, but Nintendo owns Dr. Wright. Because they created him.
That's pretty cool.
That's could be how he's in Smash Brothers.
Yep, you know? as an assist trophy kind of situation. Yep. Christopher, it's your turn to do a next category. What are we gonna do? What are we rolling with here? We got quite a few still left.
Let's go with nostalgic childhood game.
Okay.
And it's the original Batman. It's basically
the video game. Batman the video game.
It's just the video game. Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
I got you. The original Batman. Anything to say about it?
Yeah, I played it a lot on. Okay, so when I got the Game Boy, just the Game Boy, just a regular run-of-the-mill Game Boy. I played a lot of that on the NES, which I liked it a lot, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it was really good. And then I played the Game Boy version, and I was like, this was like the first time where because it felt like the Game Boy game, and I played so much of it, and I was like, oh, this is good, because I rented the NES game on the rented it on the NES, but then since it was cheaper, I instead of getting an NES game, usually for my birthday, I would get like multiple Game Boy games instead of one NES game or one Super NES game. You know, I would get like 2 or 3 Game Boy games, and this was one, and I just played it over and over again, and yeah, it was so good.
I played the Game Boy version of this one and had a really good time with that. It was one I played later on. It was one of your recommendations that I ended up jumping into the Game Boy version of it. Had a good time with it. I think it was really solid. Darkwing Duck was also really good and kind of felt like in that same category where it was like almost an exact copy of the NES version of that game in a lot of ways. Like I was very impressed with that.
DuckTales.
Yep, DuckTales, also a good one. I kind of really like the Game Boy version of the Moon theme song. I like that one. Sounds good. Nostalgic childhood game. I mean, I've talked about this one quite a lot on this channel. We talked about it fairly recently. Yoshi's Island for the Super Nintendo. If I can find it here, here it is. Yoshi's Island for the Super Nintendo. Super nostalgic for it. I've told the story about 1 million times. Everyone's heard it by this point. You know, Bully was going to knock my teeth in if I didn't beat the game. My mom helped me finish it the night before. I got to stay up super late, and like I think back at that time and just very fondly of it because of the fact that like it was one of the first like bonding video games I ever had with my mom, and just getting the chance to play that again just kind of takes me back to sitting in the. Actually, I have a photo I mentioned on the podcast about how I like it's my TV and my Super Nintendo sat up on the dresser. My mom sent me a photo. She was going through old pictures in the picture albums, and I don't have it available to show on the screen, but I can pull it up and show it to the camera. This was me sitting in my bedroom, and you can see my Super Nintendo is sitting there beside of my TV, and I pulled it straight off of that dresser, and it hit the floor. The cartridge flew out, but I was playing Super Mario World in that picture. But man, throwback to that tiny little bedroom in that trailer that we were living in at the time. But good memories, man. Good memories. Love Yoshi's Island. Yeah. So much so I can kind of look past all of the nonsense that is the crying baby. So
yeah.
We're gonna go into the next category here, and I'm going to do favorite antagonist. I think I'm going to do favorite antagonist. And this comes from a game that I think we all know and love. Metal Gear Solid Twin Snakes. Specifically,
I mean, love is the
Psycho Mantis in that game. My favorite all-time antagonist in any video game ever. Partly because it was so crazy to me when I was playing through it, because I originally played this on GameCube. Now, here's what I will say is playing through Twin Snakes booting it up somewhat recently, right after playing it on the PlayStation. I realized that it is the inferior version. I used to tout Twin Snakes better than the original. That was a mistake. It's not. It's really not. But I love Twin Snakes because that was my first time ever getting to experience Psycho Mantis, and him reading my freaking memory card and telling me all of my games that I've played, and I'm like, what is going on? I'm freaking out. I'm trying to unplug everything. I'm like, there's a demon in this console. But it was really good. Favorite antagonist of all time, just because it was so mind-blowing to see that. And like, you know, you go into the rest of the Kojima games, and so many of them, so many of the villains that he creates are all so good. But love Psycho Mantis, man. It just left an impression on me like nobody's business. What about you? What about you, Christopher?
Yeah. For me, Sephiroth. You know,
Sephiroth.
It was. Yeah, just playing through Final Fantasy VII, and I mean, I played through it. I don't even know how many times now.
Remake or original Sephiroth?
Original. That's the one I have down. But I mean, I like all of them. I was playing through some of Remake today, on the Xbox of all places, and just I forgot. It's just so good. I like the music. I like Sephiroth, and the fact that that he had that long sword, and I love
that
the
long
look.
Katana, horrifying as he stabs through Aerith. R.I.P. Aerith. Spoilers for this 40-year-old game, 30-year-old game, whatever it is.
Yeah, spoilers. Jeez Louise.
Yeah, I know.
It's just about to come out on the Switch.
Well, not that part.
yeah, it is.
This is that part. I haven't finished Rebirth yet. I need to finish Rebirth.
Well, spoiler.
But shit. Yeah. God dang it! He did it again! Oh man. Oh jeez. No,
did I tell you about the spoiler for the
no.
This guy that I worked with? He was upset with his girlfriend, and I was like, he's like, I was thinking about spoiling something for her. I don't know what. And and I was like, well, tell me what she likes. I'll help you spoil something for her, right? And because I'm a good friend. Mm-hmm. And he's like, well, she's really excited about the Harry Potter book.
Yeah.
And I said, well, I heard Dumbledore dies in this one.
Oh,
and
no.
she said, what? He does? And so he told her right as she got the book. She's like, I won't talk to you for a little while because I'm going to go read the book. And he's like, okay, just know Dumbledore dies. And she broke up with him on the spot. Yeah.
Yeah, I understand. I get it.
So really he came in the next day, and I was like, How did it go? He said, she broke up with me. I said, well, wait a second.
That's awful. That's awful. On the topic of nostalgic childhood game, by the way, Virtual Cat asks, is Yoshi's Island a mainline Mario? And I would say yes, it is. It's the first game in his timeline. So, New Island and DS are expanded history. I don't know where I land on whether or not those are official canon timeline events, but because there's just so much weird with like having DK and Wario and Waluigi and Princess Peach and Luigi all being the same 25 years old. You know, I don't think that's how that works. There's too much wibbly wobbly timey wimey stuff going on in that. So Yoshi's Island, main Mario game, a mainline Mario game. The rest of them expanded. Chris, we did favorite antagonist. I selected that category. What is going to be your next category? Are we going to go hand in hand?
Do you want to go hand in hand? Sure. Most overrated?
Oh, no. Hold on. No, I thought you were going to do favorite protagonists.
Okay, yeah. We'll do favorite protagonist. Yeah.
Okay, I don't want to do overrated just yet. just give me a minute. We'll get hit later.
All right. So I did back to back.
Wario is at least 48. Yes. Back to back, what'd you do?
Back to back, I did Cloud from Final Fantasy.
Original or remake?
Original, yeah.
Just making sure. You did duplicates. We were supposed to stay away from duplicates, but I mean, it's all good. I'm with you, though. I totally get the cool factor, 100%.
Yeah. Well, you said duplicates, and I thought you meant don't pick the same one you picked.
No, that would have been unfair. I sent you all the same things. Oh, okay. Well, I like that our lists are different at least, but no,
that's what I thought I meant by
duplicate.
Also, I didn't want to pick the same one, but I just like them a lot.
Yeah. I mean, they go hand in hand. They look so cool together. Like Cloud, Sephiroth, just all-time peak character, anime character design for sure.
If you want to pick a different, you can pick Smash Bros. Ultimate Cloud if you want.
It's Super Smash Bros. Ultimate Cloud. He is really cool in that game. I'm with you. No, Cloud is cool. For my favorite protagonist, I picked specifically this version of her. Metroid Dread, Samus Aran. Metroid Dread came out at a really cool time for like a revival of Metroidvanias. I feel like everybody was doing Metroidvanias, and this one popped out, and it's like the original Metroid kind of vibes, and like they make her so powerful and not really helpless, and implementing the parry mechanic in there, and then leading all the way up to the end, you get so many cool lore drops. And it's the first time, I don't count Other M, it's the first time we hear her speak, and she speaks in the Chozo language. Like, and it's just so cool to see her speak that way. But like, Samus may be the hardest core protagonist that Nintendo has ever had in any Nintendo game. I freaking love Metroid Dread. And I freaking love Samus in that game. And then the power trip you go on in the final escape, where she's got this new transformation that she's like blasting this gigantic laser beam that's like twice her height out of her arm cannon, is just so cool. Like, Samus Aran, for sure, favorite protagonist in any of the video games that Nintendo's ever put out. Really solid choice in my opinion. And it's my opinion, and that's my choice. So we got Virtual Cat says Naked Snake. I'm allowed.
Naked Snake. Yeah, you can pick whoever you want.
Mm-hmm. Naked Snake, the boss for Metal Gear Solid 3. I agree with that too. I think Snake in general is just like overall drenched in cool. Like, he's just a cool character.
Yeah. I like him.
We're gonna go into. All right, let's go get punched in the mouth. I'm gonna do Overrated for this next category, and I'm ready to be punched in the mouth. And it's a specific It's a specific game, and it's going to be Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time as the most overrated video game of all time, in my opinion. I am so sick of people holding that game up and touting it as the best Zelda of all time, because it is not. It is plagued by N64 clunkiness, poor quality of life, a bad understanding of what moving around in a 3D environment actually is. The game story kind of slogs. I am done with Ocarina of Time, and I need people to stop saying that it's a good game, because it's not. I'm sorry. It's better than Adventure of Link, in my opinion. Not in yours. I understand that. But it is not the best Zelda, and people need to stop saying it is. Clip it.
How dare you say that? I'm going to go ahead and let you know my most overrated Ocarina of Time. Yeah.
Oh my God.
Hashtag give us, where's our jump? Where's the jump button? You know? Remember everyone was so mad about that?
Yes, broke knees.
I remember that was like a big deal before the game came out. Everyone was like, there's no jump button. How can you have a 3D game with no jump button coming off of Mario 64 where you just, all you did was jumped?
Oh my gosh. I think about freaking Ocarina of Time and just like how has it had the staying power it has beyond nostalgia? Like, I don't understand. And like, there's a fondness there. I understand that it was like the first 3D Zelda, but I treat that one in the same ballpark as like Super Mario 64, where on Super Mario 64 is not a good Mario game. Like, it is a okay game, but it's not a great Mario game by any means, any stretch of the imagination. And Zelda Ocarina of Time just kind of has that same Nintendo 64 like troubled, people waddling into 3D for the first time. And I don't like it. Virtua Cat in the live chat says mine too, Ocarina of Time. And I'm glad to know we are one people. That is my favorite thing to know. But yeah, Ocarina of Time needs to get out of here. Like, it's just not, people tout that one too highly.
Talked about it too much.
Well, I will say this. We put it on our list of top 101 Nintendo games of all time.
You did. We didn't.
We, as a pair, with the understanding that it does have cultural relevance. But do we think it's the greatest of all time? No. And we had it pretty low on our list too. I think, if I remember right, I was afraid we were going to get punched in the mouth when we said it out loud. So like, now I'm real worried about it. But yeah, no. Chris, what's your category going to be before we get assaulted?
Yeah, I think the category for me is best retro game.
What are we doing? What's best retro game?
I'm doing Castlevania, the first Castlevania. I love a good Castlevania, and the first surprised. Castlevania is really good. Simon Belmont. When I was younger, I wrote a movie script for Castlevania, and
it later got adapted into a Netflix anime.
No, Viggo Mortensen, I had him cast as Simon Belmont, and I was like, in my head, that's who was going to be Simon Belmont. But
you had high hopes. I mean, back then though, like, I don't think he was that big of an actor, right? Like, it was prior to Lord of the Rings.
I was I was working on it when right after Lord of the Rings, I got the idea. I was like, oh, he could be in it, and then he could be Simon Belmont. Yeah,
I like it.
I think there could be a good live action Castlevania game or movie. But although if you were going to do it now, you'd probably do Alucard. I don't know if they would reference the fact that it's Dracula backwards, but maybe they would.
It's too obvious. They can't not reference it.
Yeah.
Oh man, no, Castlevania is a surprising choice for you. I would have expected like Excitebike or something, but Castlevania, I respect that choice. I think that's a good choice.
I thought about Punch Out, but no, I went with Castlevania because you know what? I'm just trying to change it up.
My best retro game? kind of in that same genre in some ways, and I have Super Metroid up here as the best retro game. While I did state earlier that I think Metroid Zero Mission did it better, I think Super Metroid has the staying power because of what it did accomplish to create these leaps and bounds to making Metroid approachable for the masses, in a way that, like, you know, you play Metroid 1 on the NES and it hurts to play. You have to write your own maps. Everything looks very much the same. It's so hard to keep track of where you're going. Metroid 2 had kind of that same problem, except it was extremely exacerbated because you have the grayscale or greenscale color palette, so you can't find where anything is hardly because everything looks the same still.
Right.
Super Metroid... Its environments were extremely varied. The way that the map layout was super good. They give you a really solid overworld map to look at to find out where you need to go next. I genuinely love Super Metroid, and I think it may be the best, alongside Castlevania, the best retro game that has ever graced our consoles ever. Virtual Cat says he went slightly newer with Planescape Torment. I'm not familiar with that one. I don't think I know what Planescape Torment is. Are you familiar with that one?
No.
Let me go look this one up. Planescape Torment. Oh, okay, so this is a Diablo-like. I understand. 1999.
Okay, yeah.
Diablo-like.
I know the key art for it.
Yeah, I would not be. This is a little bit outside of my realm of like the things that I know. Like I normally don't do a whole lot of those. He says similar to Baldur's Gate. I normally don't do a whole lot of those CRPGs. And I missed out on a lot of that kind of stuff. So Diablo was like a newer experience for me, playing the original one on stream somewhat recently even. But that was pretty cool. That is pretty freaking cool. I think I am curious about why you think that one is the best retro game of all time, because I want to know. I want to know why you like it. That's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. I dig it. Chris, you did best retro game, right? So then now it's my turn to try to pick here.
Oh, you baby.
I'm going to go with best combat. And the game that I'm going to go with is going to be a game known as Mario and Luigi Superstar Saga for the GBA. You guys know that at this point, based on my list so far, like I do love my JRPGs, my turn-based, and I have a big fondness for them. But Mario and Luigi Superstar Saga kind of did this thing where it was similar in the same vein as Super Mario RPG Legend of the Seven Stars, but did its own spin on it and its own take, where you're controlling two characters at once. You have dodges, you have parries in some ways, and it's got this more active, engaged turn-based system. And I freaking love a good experimental turn-based experience. Legend of Dragoon with its QTEs in there. Even you had Final Fantasy VII on here, where you have your limit break bars and you've got your interruptions that you could do. We talked a little bit about Golden Sun and the way that one was structured, and you could kind of stagger the types of attacks you're doing to do even more damage. And Mario & Luigi Superstar Saga is a much more like dumbed down version of all of that in a lot of ways. But adorable story, really good character designs. They experimented a lot with the characters that they included in the Mario franchise, and it didn't feel like Paper Mario, that franchise. It very much had its own identity, and I loved the combat in that game. Significantly loved the combat in that game. What about you, Christopher?
Some people say that walked so Sea of Stars could run, But for me, it was Sifu.
Oh, Sifu is really good, though.
I was going to pick Batman, but I kind of like the Sifu, like just going through battling. The fact that it's on the Switch and it runs really well. This is a game that I was like, oh, I'd like to see this on the Switch, like just the Switch 2 edition. Did you mean to put it in underhated?
No, I did not, Foxy. I did not mean to put Mario Sunshine in underhated. I meant to put it in overhated, and we all know what I mean. I mean what I mean. Sifu, here's the thing. I like the combat in Sifu, but I think the thing that makes Sifu stand out even more is its story structure and how like you're going from this young man to the old man version of him. I'm more impressed with what they're doing in the game storyline wise than the combat. But I agree that the combat feels super smooth, almost like Arkham style meets Yakuza.
Arkham, yeah. Well, yeah, kind of like Arkham meets, just any sort of action movie, kind of.
Yeah,
it's really good.
It's also a really pretty game too. Like it is they did a lot good with Sifu. And I think a lot of people have not experienced that one nearly as much.
Yeah, I think so. I can't remember if there's a demo on there or not, but
I don't think there is.
I don't think there is either, but I really liked it.
It should have gotten one.
It definitely should have got one.
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to think. Do we have? Because I figured we'll save our favorite game for last.
Yeah, we could save it for last. We have 3 other categories: underrated, best multiplayer, and game everyone should play.
I'll go with underrated. I picked a beautiful game on the Nintendo DS called Soul Bubbles.
I don't even know what this is. That cover art is something else, though. What is Soul Bubbles? Underrated?
Soul Bubbles is a game. Maybe it could have been criminally underrated.
Overlooked. Criminally overlooked.
Criminally overlooked, especially because in America it was a Toys R Us exclusive, I believe. And yeah, it was just a game where you're kind of like I don't know if you're actually playing as a kid, but just the art style they look like childlike, but you're going around blowing bubbles, making your way through and like collecting the souls in the bubble without it would kind of be like if you were playing what's the name of that one game that you played that was an Xbox published game and it was like a Metroidvania type game.
Oh shoot, I can't remember what the title of that one was, but I know what you're talking about. Yeah, I know what you're talking about. It was not Bubsy 3D, unfortunately.
It was Bubsy 4D, baby.
Bubsy mentioned.
Yeah, take a shot. But yeah, no, it's kind of like going through this area while you're blowing the bubbles to get Ori in the Blind Forest. Yeah. It's kind of like felt like moving around like that on the DS. So like you go back and forth between the 2 screens, blowing the bubbles and trying to get the souls out safely.
Mm-hmm.
I liked it a lot.
Dude, Shadow Complex is a good pull for underrated as well. And Virtual Cat's got good taste in games. And I'm kind of with him.
But Shadow Complex when it came out on Xbox Live Arcade, that was like one of the biggest games that came out. I mean, Epic bought that company because the game was so popular. But yeah. What about you? What was your most underrated?
I put it okay. So I debated on whether or not I really wanted to put this one here.
Yeah.
And because I here's the thing, I'm just gonna put it on here. I'm gonna do it.
You know what? Just do it. Just do it, baby.
Fire Emblem Three Houses. Fire Emblem Three Houses. The reason I put that here in that category is I feel like it has not had the staying power in terms of overall scope and story and music and visuals in the Fire Emblem franchise that some of the other ones have. I mean, Path of Radiance has kind of consumed the talk of Fire Emblem in just about every realm and circle. And I mean, you can go back to sacred. I keep wanting to say Sacred Stones. It is Sacred Stones, right? I can't remember. Might be Sacred Swords.
Yeah. I think it is Stones.
But you go back to any of those other Fire Emblems, and a lot of people have a lot of nostalgia, and pretty much any Fire Emblem that Ike stars in, that becomes the favorite one. Fire Emblem Awakening gets talked about a lot. Fire Emblem Path of Radiance, Fire Emblem Sacred Stones, like all of those get talked about so much more than I think Fire Emblem Three Houses. And the thing that I liked about Fire Emblem Three Houses is I think it balanced in a lot of ways. Like if you play Birthright and Conquest, the combat with the social aspect of that game is definitely weighted pretty heavily toward the social aspect of that game, where I think Fire Emblem Three Houses kind of righted the ship and made the social aspect of it something that like you could touch on if you really wanted to, but you don't really have to, and there's not a necessity for it to allow that game to be enjoyable. They later on did the DLC for it that was really, really good with the Ashen Wolves. But I love the storyline that they've set up with this, and it makes me really look forward to Fortune's Weave with Sothis making a return in that game. I think Fire Emblem Three Houses might be one of the most complex and emotionally grounded storylines that Fire Emblem has really put out, with some of the best character writing for them. I mean, if you look at any of the leaders of the Three Houses, from Claude and his kind of like imposter syndrome, to Dimitri and his turn later on in the game after the time skip, all the way to the complexity with what is her name all of a sudden? I forgot. It starts with an E. What is the leader of the other house? What's her name?
No, I can't remember.
Yeah, see, that's what happened. But she has probably the best storyline out of any of them. But I mean, we all know Claude is canon storyline. Horns up, Golden Deer. But I freaking love Fire Emblem Three Houses, and would argue that it is the most underrated Fire Emblem game in the entire series. The rest of them are appropriately rated. Edelgard, thank you so much, Virtual Cat. Her name just sent me a little bit later. So, but thank you. Fire Emblem Three Houses. That's where I land with it.
Okay. All right.
Let's go best multiplayer here, and it's going to come as no surprise. I've done a whole lot of Mario Kart in my lifetime on the channel, and Mario Kart 8 Deluxe or the original Mario Kart 8, whichever way you want to roll it, although I think Mario Kart 8 Deluxe refined the multiplayer in a much better way. lands as my best multiplayer game, partly because it is so approachable. And if you want to play it, you can play it with literally anyone. You can ask your grandma to play it with you. You can ask your sons to play it with you. You can ask the neighbor down the street to play it with you. And there's going to be a look of joy on their face the entire time. And Mario Kart 8 Deluxe specifically got so much right in being a refined arcade racer that I think they did an amazing, amazing job really kind of setting the stage for what Mario Kart should be going forward. And then we got Mario Kart World, and that's a very different racer. I have a lot of recency bias toward that one, where I love that one, but I understand it's not the best out of the franchise. I think Mario Kart 8 Deluxe is the best multiplayer game out of the franchise. That being said, you know, we went through and we raced through all 96 tracks in one sitting, and it took me 7 hours. And
nightmare. Yeah.
The courses, they don't rank super high, but when you're playing with friends, you can kind of forget about the mediocrity of the courses and focus on how smooth the gameplay is and how great the vibes are when you're playing with everybody else.
Yeah. Yeah, not a bad one. That was a good one. I don't know. Many people might not agree with my... Maybe it's a hot take. Maybe it's not. Nintendo Land.
Oh my God, why didn't I say Nintendo Land?
Because you're a hater.
How do we find Nintendo Land? There it is. It's two
Haters
words.
gonna hate, you know?
I love Nintendo Land. Listen, Candy Get, and that's not the name of that game, but that's what me and the wife called it all the time. Candy Get's the best game on there.
It's just so good. Like playing, I like the fact that, you know, you got the people playing on the gamepad, the people playing on the TV, and they're all doing different things. Like I love like the asymmetrical multiplayer games. So the fact that they did it so well, and the problem is not enough people got to play it. And even if more people, if it comes out right, on the Switch too. Like, unless they have like a Switch 2 second screen attachment, it just won't be the same.
No, I really want them to do this. I think they could do it if they did like a game chat, game share kind of thing where everybody gets their own display and you bring 4 Switches together to do it.
Everyone's just slippy toed. Yeah.
Yes, exactly. But like, I am with you. Like, this game could use like a port. I miss Nintendo Land. I love Nintendo Land. That was easily my most played game on the Wii U back in the day. Like, beyond anything else, I probably played more Nintendo Land than anything else because we'd have a bunch of friends come over, and we'd all play Candy Get. Which I think was the Animal Crossing game. Listen, I didn't know you yet. This was literally before my first son was born, so it's good though.
No excuse. Yeah, I would have made it.
All right, we got 2 categories left here. We got games everyone should play, and we've got favorite game. And we all know we're going with games everyone should play because we're saving favorite game for last. What's your game everyone should play, Christopher?
Well, there's a game. It came out before the Switch came out, and then it came out on the Switch, and it even has like an Easter egg that's only available in the Switch version, and that is Firewatch.
I didn't know there was an Easter egg that was only on the Switch version.
Yeah, it's like a N64 callback minigame that they added only for this. And fun fact, I was the first person in the world to find it, apparently.
That's amazing.
Yeah, because the creator was like, the developer of the Switch version was like, you're the first person on the internet to find it. And then like they shared my YouTube video of me finding it. And yeah, that was cool. But yeah, Firewatch, love the story, love it's kind of like, watching a movie. Basically, you have one person can play it, then other people can sit there and watch you play it. It's really good.
Firewatch was awesome. Like, I love the artwork. Ollie Moss did a whole lot of like tie-in artwork with it that I really loved. I played it on Steam when it originally came out. It was a game that I was really looking forward to playing. And it very much is the epitome of walking simulator, and also subverts all of your expectations because you get this cool like storyline setup that makes you feel like you're in a horror game, but it ends up not really being that. And the only horror is the realization of what's happening to your wife as you're being a dirtbag human, I feel like. But I loved Firewatch. It honestly, like, when it came out, like, if I didn't have a career at the time, and now if I didn't have a family and kids, if I could do one other job, it would be signing up to be a fire watchman and just going and sitting in a cabin on a tower and watching out for fires and like exploring national parks and protecting them from the world. So like, I love Firewatch. I think it's a great game, and I didn't know there was an Easter egg on the Switch version. That's pretty cool. Yeah. That's pretty cool.
I got a video on my YouTube channel.
My game everyone should play is a game that not many people have heard of either. Earthbound. No, Earthbound left a amazing impact on me, even on a more recent replay. I played this one back when it was originally out on the Super Nintendo, and I didn't really understand a lot of what was going on. I didn't get like super deep and super far into it because the mechanics in it were hard for me to understand at the time. But on a recent play of it, like within the last year, I understand why Undertale and Deltarune are written the way that they are. I understand Omari a little bit more. I understand Eastward a little bit more. I understand the influences and the impact that Earthbound had on so many people to really kind of develop their own versions of those storylines. And the writing in this game is so good. The storylines are hilarious and heartbreaking at the same time. The final boss, where you spend time praying for your friends and for the world and for your families, is just so impactful. And it left me feeling just this sense of nostalgia for a world that I used to know. And I like Earthbound. That game is amazing. and I need more people to play it. I need more people to play it. And I know that it's very popular and that a lot of people have played it. Everyone should play that, even if you don't like JRPGs, just to experience the writing and the story and the gameplay of it. It's so good. It's so good. And that's where I land with that. Virtual Cat says his is The Witness for the game everyone should play. I agree with that too. That's a hard puzzle game though. That is a hard puzzle game. But if you spend time with it and you learn the mechanics of that game, like it gets a bit easier. I never 100%ed that one. I did finish it, but I don't think I 100%ed that game.
The Witness? Yeah. I didn't 100% either, yeah. There was like some of like extra puzzles that you could get that you didn't need to do to like beat the game.
We go into our final one. This is the final game to get to know us. Mm-hmm. And this is also going to come as no surprise for anyone. Super Mario Bros. 3 is my all-time favorite game. I had a hard time deciding what to turn my brain off to, but Super Mario Bros. 3 is so important to me in so many ways. It's the game that like I grew up with. It's the game I played with my dad. It's a game I played with my mom. It's a game I played with my sister, friends at school when it came out on the GBA. It is a game that I know the ins and outs of in every single aspect. It's a game that brings me joy every time I hear those final credit scene songs play. Super Mario Bros. 3 is just the epitome of, maybe, in my opinion, the best video game to have ever been created and to have ever gamed. Anyone can pick it up and enjoy it. Not everyone will beat it. It's got a proper challenge to it. It's got a proper difficulty curve, and it is just joyous to play. I love Super Mario Bros. 3. And would recommend that game to everyone as well. That would be this would be almost every single one of these categories, but I couldn't do that. We had to make it different. So, yeah, Super Mario Bros. 3. What about you, Christopher?
Elite Beat Agents.
No surprise if you've watched the show.
Yeah, if you're a fan. Yeah, I love Elite Beat Agents. Fun fact, I like rhythm games like Elite Beat Agents, Theater Rhythm. Yeah, I just like it. Feels really good, like with the touch controls. Like I like when the button presses match the beat to the music, like, because not everything does it quite as well. But it just felt so good playing Elite Beat Agents on the DS. I loved it. Love it so much. And yeah, Elite Beat Agents for sure.
I like that. I dig it. Virtual Cat says his crazy choice here is Deadly Premonition. I know it's not the best game, but it's my favorite. I kind of wish there was a category that was like that on this grid. Like, what's not the best game, but is your favorite? Yeah. So, like, I think that'd be an interesting take.
The best, worst game you like?
Yeah, the best, worst game that I like is, shoot, I would probably say, what's a good garbage game? Fortnite? Oh man, no, that's everything to know about us. To get to know us again, I'm on the left side, Chris is on the right hand side. To get to know a little bit more about us through our video game tastes and what we like. I hope you guys have enjoyed.
Mine's probably Drakengard.
I have enjoyed Drakengard's a good choice though. I would say mine's probably Brave Fencer Musashi. I really like Brave Fencer Musashi. It's actually kind of a garbage game, but I like it a lot. But a little bit janky.
Oh yeah.
They did a sequel that was much better later. So, oh yeah, Majora's Mask. It is a good garbage game. But no, that has been us in video games. We have a couple of more segments to get through, but we've got just a little bit of time. I normally run an ad break, but we're kind of overstaying our welcome a little bit tonight. So we're gonna dive straight into the fast forward here, so everybody hang tight while I get that prepped for you guys to be able to see all the video games that are coming. And normally I do this during the ad break.
Oh yeah, well sometimes you just got to do it while you're doing it live, baby.
I know, we're doing it live, baby. We're doing it live.
Yeah, there's quite a few games coming out this week.
There are, and you can take it away in just like 2 seconds. And and take it away now, Christopher.
Wall World 2 coming out May 28th for $13.99. This is a game came out on Steam a little bit ago, and now it is out on the Switch. And I loved Wall World, and now Wall World 2 is out, and they kind of like expanded the abilities that you can get and things like that. And yeah, definitely worth checking out if you enjoyed Wall World 1. May 28th, $13.99. That's it for the Switch. And then we got a couple games coming out on the Switch 2 in the next week. By golly. We got the Lollipop Chainsaw Repop Nintendo Switch 2 edition. This was originally supposed to come out in April, I think, or March. And then they were like, sorry, or maybe even Valentine's Day. And they were like, yeah, they got delayed. It's on the Switch as well. And then on the Switch 2, it is $49.99 coming out May 28th. But it's on sale now for $44.99. And yeah, Switch and Switch 2, by golly. Next up, we've got Mina the Hollower coming out May 29th for $19.99. Also on the Switch. The Switch free upgrade for the Switch 2 if you get this. Mina the Hollower, great game. Sometimes. Next
Sometimes,
up,
at all times. This game is my most looked forward to game this year so far.
Yeah, well, they do a bad job with directions sometimes. We'll talk about it. But Final Fantasy VII Rebirth coming out. We were just talking about this. June 3rd for $49.99. Go ahead, play it. They've been working hard on getting the performance good on the Switch 2 is what they said. You can go ahead and play the demo now and give it a go, give it a gander.
All progress carries over?
Yeah. And I think you get like a free, like an exclusive summon or something as well.
You get a few extra things for doing that demo.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
That's it. Coming out new this week. Yeah.
I guess a lot of good stuff. Mina the Hollower especially way up there on my list. We're going to go into the game show segment of the show. Before we throw it over to the outro, Pixel Minute, or Pixman for short. In this segment, Chris has exactly 1 minute to be able to guess the video game based on a screenshot. He needs to guess the exact title of this game based on the image that's highly pixelated and will slowly reveal itself over 60 seconds. This game was in fact released this week in Nintendo history, just not this week. The faster he guesses, the more points he gets. If it fully reveals itself by the end of the song, he loses. Chris, are you ready, my good sir?
I guess so, yeah.
3, 2, 1, let's go.
Legend of Zelda.
Wrong.
Advance Wars.
Wrong.
Advance Wars 2.
Wrong. Once we get to 30 seconds, I'll give you some one-word hints.
Well, I have no idea what this is. It looks like there's some purple. I'm picking up purple.
JRPG.
Final Fantasy 3.
NES.
Final Fantasy. Final Fantasy 2, Final Fantasy 3, Final Dragon Quest. Dragon Quest 2. No. Final Dragon Quest
You're very
3.
close, but there is another title for Dragon Quest.
Dragon Warrior.
That is correct. Bing, bing, bing. It is Dragon Warrior for 7 points on the board. Dragon Quest, titled Dragon Warrior when initially localized to North America, is a 1986 role-playing video game developed by Chunsoft and published by Enix for the Nintendo Entertainment System. It was originally released in Japan, May 1986, and by Nintendo in North America, August of 1989. It's the first game in the Dragon Quest video game series. Dragon Quest has been ported and remade for several video game platforms, and as of 2019 has been ported to the MSX, MSX2, PC, 9801, Super Famicom, Game Boy Color, mobile phones, and the Nintendo Switch. The player controls a hero who is charged with saving the kingdom of Alefgard and rescuing its princess from the evil dragon lord. Its story actually became the second part in a trilogy with several spin-off and anime manga series. When this game originally released, let me tell you a little bit about its reception here. Game rankings on the GBC version has it sitting at an 82%. Metacritic on the iOS version is 73 out of 100. But if we go to review scores, for the NES, All Game gave it a 3.5 out of 5, Nintendo Power a 3 out of 5, RP Gamer a 4 out of 5, and Famicom Hisuban gave it a aggregate score of about a 3.9, because there were like 3 reviewers on it that gave it 3 different scores.
Yeah.
Chris, have you played any Dragon Warrior, aka Dragon Quest, the original version? Because I will tell you, I have not dove into this, even with the remake of this game coming out.
Yeah, I played it on the NES. I didn't like it because like the battles were in first person, and so I was like, well, maybe this isn't for me. But I definitely tried them, gave it a go. It didn't go well for me, but yeah, I mean, I liked the HD 2D games, like the remakes. I went off about those earlier in the show, so I have feelings. Yeah.
Oh man.
Live Alive.
Yep. Thanks, Live Alive. We'll go into the outro now, though. A little extra Nintendo news for the people in Nextra. My Nintendo snagged not 1, not 2, but 3 different wallpapers from Yoshi and the Mysterious Book for 50 platinum points each on the My Nintendo Platinum Points shop. And you can also grab a Super Mario Yoshi Egg zipper pouch for 800 platinum points, new to the shop this past week. NSO icons, Yoshi and the Mysterious Book icons are available until May 27th. Icons rotate on Wednesdays. You can also grab the Virtual Boy icons if you have the expansion pass for NSO. Snag them before May 27th as well. The monthly play and redeem icons rotated, and they are good ones for bike fans. Grab Mach Rider and Excite Bike 64 icons by playing the games on Nintendo Classics. You can snag those anytime before June. Nintendo Music this week saw the release of Legend of Zelda: Link Between Worlds. Peep between the planes at some of the best music in the Zelda franchise. And Sales and Deals, we're talking about HD 2D remakes. Dragon Quest is celebrating its 40th anniversary and wants you to come by, saving on nearly every title on the franchise that is available on Switch and Switch 2. Save on select titles like Dragon Quest 1 and 2 HD 2D Remake, Dragon Quest 3 HD 2D, and Dragon Quest 11S Echoes of an Elusive Age Deluxe Edition, and many more. In terms of demos, Ball X Pit, better known as Ball Pit, is available to play for free via Nintendo Game Trials until June 1st. Yeah. It's really good.
This is the other turn my brain off game that I was thinking of.
Yep, it's really good. And a valid Nintendo Switch Online membership is required to be able to play it. But if you don't have that, there's a demo available for The Adventures of Elliot the Millennium Tales. The full game releases June 18th, and this is a new demo. It's not the same one that we've gotten prior, so you get to experience a new beginning of the chapter for The Adventures of Elliot. In news highlights, the Super Mario Galaxy movie released digitally this past week. Snag it on your favorite digital storefront. And after the announcement of the pricing change, Nintendo is slated to produce another 20 million Switch 2 consoles for the fiscal year of 2027. And then finally, Devil May Cry 5 Devil Hunter Edition has been rated for Switch 2. So expect to see some news on that coming out within the next 6 weeks, I would say. Christopher, where can they find you, my good sir?
Find my link tree, and then you can go from there. Give everything a look-see if you like. What about you? Where are they looking you up, for crying out loud? Oh,
you can find me over at twitch.tv/nerdxd, or you can go to my website, nerdxd.com, and see all of my social media garbage links. Whatever you want to do. I'm going to be live tomorrow actually playing Fortnite until you're ready to play with me. I think Courtney, my wife, might join me tomorrow night until you're there. So if you guys want to hang out with me and the wife for a little bit, and then maybe hang out with me and Chris for a little bit longer, it'll be really cool. Remember, you can catch all of our past episodes in video form on YouTube at youtube.com/@TheNintendoRewind. Visit our site for links to all of our social media stuff, and consider supporting the show. Thank you guys so much for watching. Catch us live Tuesdays, usually, except next week it's on Wednesday, 9:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, right here on Twitch and YouTube. We love your faces. Remember, be kind and please rewind. We'll catch you guys on the flip side. Peace.
Toodaloo.